If it doesn't, then I'm gonna spend 10 minutes setting it up. It works.
Oh, what button's that?
The stream button, so I
Oh.
can show people the map and shit.
Oh, did you press it?
I did press it.
You did press it or didn't?
I did.
Oh, well, this is awkward then.
I mean, I don't do this normally.
Oh,
just here.
okay. Well, do you know the Bob and Doug McKenzie intro?
I can't say I do.
Okay, then you can't do it with me. Are you ready for this though? It's Canadian.
I can try to be.
That's the Bob and Doug McKenzie intro.
All right.
I heard this was the Cope support group.
Yeah.
It's marijuana actually.
Oh, I don't do marijuana, but I do Cope.
Actually, I'm playing Victoria 3 as Brazil, and the president is a coke addict. So, and he's 20% more popular for it. Go figure.
Oh.
Easy.
Probably like a lot of leadership in Conqueror's Blade.
Yes.
Not wrong.
That's how homegrown Duke came in the house.
Yeah, I gotta get my Discord too. Never mind. Do you have anything to cope about, Zeus? If not, then I'm gonna give a very biased, very short story of the war.
I ended with a village. That's all I care about.
Pog.
Literally cucked by the fucking coalition alliance because I wouldn't join them. Fucked my house the entire season and then was able to at least end with a village, which is nice.
Nice.
It's always the little bit of revenge at the end that helps, eh?
I mean, especially since they fucking coalitioned me and then stole like fucking half my members.
You know?
But do you really want those members to begin with if they're just going to pack up and leave?
I did, but now I don't. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, you're the bigger person. You've moved on.
I have moved on, and I can't wait for fucking Blue Season next season because that shit's gonna be lit. As long as they let my Outriders back out. I literally brought my Outriders for War tonight, and apparently they're fucking banned right now. That's what I have to cope about. Outriders are banned.
They're banned.
You cannot bring Outriders into any fights right now.
That's terrible. Well,
Are they actually?
It let me put them in my actual unit, like my units to bring, and then when I went to enter the battle, it's like you can't use this unit. Apparently they're bugged or something, but what is that to stop them
not here.
Yeah, but people already grinded that or paid real cash for it, right?
Reggie is...
Well, like if they're gonna temporarily block it,
you know,
like at least block me from bringing it
not
into
with the
territory
people who
war.
thought they were gonna hold it.
Like it should not be something I can bring into the open world.
Nice
at
and
all.
easy, nice and simple.
If they've been paid for though with real money from, you know, experience points and something, like somebody spending money get XP in order to unlock them.
Try to fix my Discord.
That's no different than like theft.
Yeah. I saw Reggie got taken and I laughed though, so that was funny.
I think everybody did.
Bro.
Like I temporarily rejoined the salt mines just to say where Reggie. It's the only appropriate thing to do.
There's a lot of heavy sighs of people coming into the room right now.
Because this season was terrible.
No, the heavy sigh was just like, I can't finally breathe.
No, the season was great when we had, what was it? We had fucking Vendetta, Mordor, and Gondor all fighting each other for the BL, and then...
There was a point in the season that it was good. And then
it was good, the three of us were fighting each other. And there was like a third party of misfits and them like harassing us and stuff. It was actually really fun. I didn't care that I owned a ton of land because it was like I was getting good fights. I wasn't like hiding in a corner. And then this fucking stupid coalition thing happened. And they're like, hey, you're not going to join our 16 house coalition. You want to stay neutral? So, okay, we'll hit you with all 16 of the houses.
That's kind of how capitalism works.
I don't know if that's capitalism, but that's definitely some form of...
No, that's capitalism. Essentially what happens is you have like a little company that might be growing up, and then you have, pardon, you got like 4 or 5 other companies that are looking at it and go, we'll just buy your company and merge it with our ginormous companies. It's what happens with video game companies all the time. Whether they like it or not, they just get enough money thrown at them or it's a hostile takeover.
It was less of that and more of a they didn't like Icy Fortress and they didn't like that I didn't want to pick a side because I don't fucking join coalitions or NAPs as a fucking standard policy.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Man, fucking Hightower twice on FIFA.
Their
It's funny.
A stack was all playing fucking New World.
And I thought it was gonna be like good because me and Mordor had like a little bit of like kind of beef going, but like not serious, and it was fun.
But it was good because you're sitting here chilling with us.
Man, like I still didn't pick a side. I was still hitting basically everyone for the rest of the season because I don't break my principles even if other people do.
Oh, I will sell out. I mean, you give me enough money, I will do anything.
I like it, Picasso.
Yeah.
All right, boys. If you guys would like to, let's take a shot. Let's take a drink. It's Saturday, end of the season. Good war.
Let me go get my alcohol.
I
Yes.
will take a toke as I am an alcoholic, so I'm California sober.
Holy fuck. Is today real, bro? Was tonight fucking real?
It was nice. I wanted to do something fun, but it's okay.
I
It was good though. Overall, the war was fun.
I'm not gonna call out names because other people might see this as shitty. But since my season was fucked, there were a couple of houses that reached out to me and were like, "Hey, if you legit don't end up with land, you can have something like near us."
Wars are fun.
And I can appreciate that like people reached out to me and offered me to have, single villages if I got fucked by the season, which is nice.
What house are you in, Zeus, again? Fucking terrible.
Roman Empire.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say that Hightower is washed.
Bro, literally, I'm not fucking with you guys. We only had 150 influence. The deck went out 30 seconds before a war ended. And and all the 3 Ankros, Aberdis, and Beka were all simultaneously hit all at the same time. And I only had 25 people. Literally, Aberdis, we almost lost. They capped home. We only had 4 people versus their 12. Those 4 people killed about 6, including myself. I literally died on main stairs, wiping 3 people. And all you see is our giant blue line load in. And we were able to take it back. So if we essentially lost Aberdis, Beka, or Ankros at any point, we would have lost Mustang and Reggie and would have not won. And we literally pulled it out by our ass cheeks. Like the last 10 seconds of cap, we cleared it.
Just a little bit.
I had a funny fight against the Order at the very end. Honor Guard had started a fight, and the X had already been taken, so I loaded in, and then I literally died recovering the fight because they were running green and purple cab only.
Oh, Blackwing hasn't responded to me.
I don't think there's a couple.
Listen, he's too busy
sending.
I sent him the screenshot that I put in memes of fucking Reginopolis.
Zeus, I was just thinking, like, you're the Roman Empire. You might be setting yourself up to fail if you're naming yourself after an empire that's already fallen.
Actually,
while playing video games.
It's named after the our RuneScape branch, which has 700 members. So.
Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, it's setting yourself up to fall short. Maybe
I've been in the Roman Empire since 2012. We'll be
maybe like Roman Empire, the Second Coming or something.
I've been through so many house rebuilds and clan rebuilds. It's nothing new to me.
I just smoke weed.
That's what I do too.
I'm just here to have fun
and drink.
I do not drink, but I do smoke weed.
Here to get fucked up with the boys and get paid. That's it.
Bro, it was so funny. While we were doing our pre-alliance, just quick strap meeting yesterday before the alliance meeting, and it was funny. Dex was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna live up to dealer's potential, double capital. Like that's just that's not gonna happen." Our whole Reggie hit and like the whole Andalou thing literally came up today. Reap's like, fuck this, I want to attack. And I was like, Dex, I'm not sitting back and defending. If Reap's attacking, we're attacking. You guys ignore it, then like we'll do south or something. And like Reap came up with a whole like 200 IQ plan. All enough influence and the Reggie hit within last half an hour TW.
Just think they spent all season preparing for that one Reggie hit.
Yeah, they've been scrimming every single week.
Bro.
Like they would have locked Reggie out if they did Sally, but halfway through their Sally, they saw a couple of our guys start loading in, and they freaked out and pulled back, and then they lost X because they didn't set up.
I have nothing against the members of those houses, but their leadership needs to get their shit together. Like
100%. That's what I always say, dude. Every time I come in here, it's always leadership, bro, and fucking. As you see, the best fucking house in the game doing fucking work. Barbarians helping out too. Ice Fortress.
Yeah,
Actually, Icy was the one that got the deck on Reggie too.
I mean, if they were all like me, then leadership wouldn't really matter. They would still be a bunch of useless tools.
It's probably a healthier outlook than some of these CB players have.
Well, I'm just there to enjoy myself.
People taking personal responsibility. What the fuck is that, bro?
If I'm going to blame me, it means you're not going to yell at me because I already know I'm a fuck up.
I mean, touche. I respect the hustle.
I'll be honest. I kind of fucked myself this season. I came off the breakup with Sia and somehow went from 5 people to 20 within a week, and I took it for granted. Like if you go from 5 to 20 like within a week and are doing really well, and then you like I was picturing myself with having like a full 30 stack of vets who know how to play the game when it's actually like a stack of like 5 people who know how to play the game and 15 who don't.
15 towelies.
And you legit when you have shit like that, like I take the full blame of Rome fucking up because I was kind of taking fights we couldn't win and then being angry that we didn't win them. And as a leader, I don't know what the fuck other leaders and other houses do, but when my group does bad, it's my fault, regardless of whether it truly is my fault or not. I take the blame because
It's a learning experience. Like that is one of the most important things as a growing house is gauging how much you like what the double difficulty of the fights you're picking are. Like 100%. And if you're doing it right in the ballpark where it's just enough to punch up that it's winnable, the wins just make you look 10 times fucking better, even though like you're just barely punching up.
Well, it was rough because we were taking 14v40 fights and winning them. And then people would come back and win like because you can only keep up 14v40 so long, you know what I mean, before people get drained and their coffers get drained and shit like that.
It's just a matter of like people not having played the game long enough.
Yeah, well also like when you're 14v40 or 14v20 or whatever, the like one mistake can cost you the fight versus if you have the muster, you have more mistakes to make.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys my outlook from being just a player. I wasn't like an officer or anything like that. I just kind of chilled with Saki and them.
It's kind of random. I'm going to try.
The game is player-driven content. So the amount of time that of your own personal life that you guys put into the game to create that content so players like I can enjoy it, I respect the hell out of. I get frustrated that you guys get frustrated with it. I just wish that there was a way that you guys could enjoy it because I enjoy the content. I don't get frustrated with the game itself because I'm just enjoying the company that I'm playing, even though you guys generated the content, Yeah,
well, I look at it the way of like, weirdly enough, when AOA was around, when Icy Fortress was around, I've had no issue with either of those houses because you know what happens when they beat me? They beat me and move on with their lives. There's certain houses in this game that like I was trying to build up the house like 2 seasons ago, and say they would beat me, I'd be like, okay, I guess I'm moving to another region, and then they would follow me just because they knew they were easy fights. Those are the frustrating ones. I don't mind getting rolled. I don't like getting chased.
Yeah, I agree, and that takes away from the game. I think when people do things like that.
AOA and Icy Fortress, they come through. If they beat me, they beat me, and then they just move on with their day.
Well, yeah, because the difference is we don't really care about Pixelland unless somebody else cares about it enough to like make us not have fun. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if every house acted that way, like there would be less salty people. Like maybe not, but because people are soft. But like people like me only get pissed off like when people just take the easy fight just for the sake of the easy fight.
Pixelland is important, you know.
I think it's.
I'm here to get good engaging fights.
If you're taking the easy fight, it's still funny because, like, at least to me it is, because if I take the easy fight, eventually I'm going to be the person that is easily fought. So,
exactly. That's what
so I laugh my ass off when that happens because to me it's hilarious. It's just trolling back and forth. You know it's going to happen to you. And I hope the people that I do it to don't take it seriously because at the end of the day, it's about having fun. And hopefully they can get revenge on the next person, you know. Pass it forward, the screwing of the screwingness.
Yeah. I mean there's a balance to it. Like I said, it's like it's the difference between someone who rolls someone and moves on with their day and someone who rolls someone and chases them and makes them so they can't have any land.
Yeah, like if you're doing that for like a month straight, you know that's not fun. That's just being an asshole. But if you do it for like a day or two, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, like a T-War or two. That's fine. The only people that like deserve to get chased are the ones who do that to other people and don't expect it to get done to them.
All right. As much as I hate to do this,
those people deserve a comeuppance.
As much as I hate to do this, we gotta turn the copium down a little and move on with the actual news.
Oh, there's notes?
Not really.
Oh,
it's
there's
just
things we have to talk about. What the fuck?
Does anybody have anything they actually want to say about this war?
We win.
I can talk about how Yin Yang did something to Gondor.
I'm assuming it went pretty well because you have a couple villages.
Did they touch you inappropriately?
Well, so I could discuss what it started from Tuesday D-War, but unless you guys want that long story. But I was gonna say, Yin Yang successfully did our one objective for this D-War because our objective for this D-War wasn't land actually. We really wanted to screw over Gondor and nothing else for this D-War. Simply because they did double backdoor deals with our previous enemies and us, saying that we get exactly the same land, the same 5 villages and cities we were promised was also the same promise they gave to our enemies on T-War Tuesday.
Nice. The classic.
Ooh.
The classic.
And
you can have this, but instead we're gonna promise it to this other person.
Yes. So we didn't like that, and our previous alliance kicked us out for a nap with Gondor.
As bad as any West. It's the same shit. Same.
So it was basically Yin Yang versus Gondor, and
beginning of season now it's same.
I also asked for help from nearby people who are also upset with Gondor, and that's kind of what happened on the map. So
let the man cope, all right? Let him have his copium.
I'm not good at talking.
You don't.
Hey, take a breath, man. You know,
smoke some weed.
Smoke some weed. Relax. You don't need to get worked up about it.
I'm just currently tired because yesterday was my first day doing Diplo, and I spent 8 to 10 hours just doing Diplo alone.
That sounds.
Oh my god! Welcome to the world of Diplo.
That's why I said I respect people like that.
And I was like, why'd I did this? But I was also like, I needed to, so we actually we achieve our goal. But also, I guess for Yin Yang's perspective, we achieve our first goal. Screw over Gondor. That's it. Then we took some land out of the process somehow, and that's a second optional win for us. And our third win is that we mustered about, for the first time in our life, 35 members.
Nice.
But that's it from Yin Yang's in the middle of Borderlands for you.
Yeah, it sounded like Roman Empire did not have a good time. Was there any other houses kicking around? How did your night go, other houses?
All right,
Okay.
don't all talk at once.
Yeah, holy cow.
I already
Who are you
know
talking
what
to?
we're all for.
I don't know who you're talking to.
Well, we went through how, like, the Roman Empire was saying they did not have a good time.
We had a good time tonight.
Oh,
The
okay.
rest of the
got
season
better.
sucked. Tonight we just went
Better
around
city.
with no
Oh, okay.
expectations and ended with a village. When you expect nothing and end with something, it's a
Yeah.
good night.
Okay, so we heard from yourself,
We're
then
in
we
this
heard
usually
from
server.
the other
I'm just here to
fellow there
stream it
from Zing Zang
fill
Yin
space.
Yang.
Yin Yang.
Okay, from Yin Yang. And so there's other people in here from other houses. So somebody take the ball. How was the night for them?
Fucking amazing. It couldn't be better. Double capital off a 30-minute Andalou take. Winning outmatched fights just to keep enough prestige to keep the muster on the last 30-second deck. Reggie could not be better. I was watching the as soon as the TW ended, or the 10 o'clock hit, everybody got into watching the actual fight itself. Warriors tried, because we started it just to start it, but we didn't have a lot of people there, so Warriors sallied out to try to end it. Right as they got to home, we got people that actually loaded in both Ice Fortress and Zodiac. And essentially halfway through, as soon as people started loading in, instead of committing and actually beating us out of the fight,
Zeus
they
insta left because I was here.
yeah, they backed out to back to X, but because all our people are loading in, we essentially just, from what I saw, just ran straight in behind them, took X. I didn't see kind of in between, but I know the home was taken because we did a majority split towards the tab right supply, and I want to say like 4 or 5 people on that tab right supply. I watched the video afterward, literally clogged like 9 to 10 warriors, like on that supply, just completely clogged the stairs for a fat minute or two, while the rest of the stack took and fought off the people on home. As soon as home got capped, they started trying to run it down main, but at that point, like, there was just a setup. There was no way they were clearing. It was a very, very interesting night, seeing as we were kind of last minute planning. There was an MS Paint strat that looked amazing by Warfarfu. Fantastic night. Numenor, great fights though in that northeast pocket there. Aberdus and Beka. I know we fought Ankros, I believe, was a mix of Lois and so, but it was only like a handful of people. It was literally the stars aligned, kind of like how the Turalvaro season P4 Sypho's coming in and just clogging upstairs. It was just like a stars aligned kind of night. Shit happened when it needed to. People really committed to the fights, and yeah. Well, I don't even think that Reggie fight lasted 20 minutes.
Just steamroll them.
I know
was
we saw
it.
a little bit of it in the Ice Fortress side of it, and it was just kind of depressing to watch. Just because of how fast it was. And
They
seeing the
they
clips,
scrimmed
it's just-
for like a
yeah.
month of doing it, and then I think we just caught them on the back foot. Like, I felt like they were expecting us not to come down. I mean, a lot of high tower weren't on, and the high tower that were in the Borderlands. So like, they definitely weren't expecting us to come down. But like they had a half a TW to rotate and they didn't, so I'm really surprised on that. And fact that like when the fight started, it was literally like 3v9. Like they were not sitting there stack on there. They were trying to stop us from getting influence in that north pocket, but the second we did and the second they decked, they had to basically full retreat.
I mean, just not their night. That's all. You know,
That's
it
a hell of a night
happens.
for it to not be their night, though. Last night of the season.
Yeah, but I mean, it happens.
You know, for the amount of work they put in setting up to defend that, I would not. That's just like uninstall the game, hang up the gloves, do something. This game it's find somewhere else. Because if you spend that long prepping for a capital fight and you get rolled over that fast, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, they can learn from it, right?
Yeah,
If
but
it didn't
was the
work this
same
year, it
shit
might
last
work
season.
next year.
I mean, to be fair, like Reggie they're not gonna learn anything from that Reggie fight other than they fucked up on the Sally by not committing. Like that Reggie fight was like how we scrimmed them every time when they were our allies last season. Like it was an absolute. Like there was no like at one point I thought it was gonna be sketch, and then like 2 minutes went by and I looked back at the stream, and next thing you know we were on their home. So like. It was just they had a plan, but I think the plan was set within certain parameters and people being there. And then the fact that like that didn't happen really fucked them up, and they were kind of really on the back foot the entire time.
If your
It-
plan solely relies on certain people being there to do certain things and the parameters have to be perfect, then it's not a good plan.
I do
most
agree.
most
I'm
of the
just
time, I
guessing.
think simple plans are usually the best plans, especially when it comes to like, you know, quick movements, strategy games, things like that. You don't want them to be too complex. That could have been the issue.
Literally, my stack, I started with a whole stack list for my stack and assigned units. And it ended up last minute at 9 o'clock of Repoc coming in my chat and going, okay, guys, at 9:20, you guys are going to be at, should be at Anliang with no unit. You're going to run all the way to Pyla, put your camp, and you guys are going to fight that northeast corner and just pick up all the cities you can. Like, I don't care what units you bring, you just do it. I literally had like one Falco player and everyone else had double gold cab, and I think myself and 2 other people had VGs or shield maidens. And literally the Abritus fight was, okay, break breach gate, guys. Okay, let's see what they have inside. Oh, they have 4 days over here, but they only have 1 of them. All right, let's rotate. We rotate the breach. Oh, 4 days are gate person goes, 4 days are unbracing. Literally, I pushed my VGs in and start spinning my maul in the middle of their fortes and just yell for Cav to come through. And that was literally it. We literally, from then on, we literally steamrolled, ran all the way up to left supply, pulled more Cav, and just hit him from the back, and it was over. Like, super plans, and as long as you have people that have good awareness and, like, actually know the game, like, know their matchups on their units and how to counterplay other people's units, you'll win every time.
Yeah, that is usually how it works. That the better players win. Usually.
Usually, I've seen great players lose to like.
Oh yeah, I mean professional
point,
sports, for instance, right? Like you
I've
have upsets.
grown-
It happens.
I've grown 2 houses with people that were brand new and beat mid-tier houses that have been playing for seasons. Like, it happens. Tonight on Baeka, there's 0 reason, like, numbers wise, we should have defense won that because at one point it was like 4v7. Still won. Overall, though, 10 out of 10. Blackwing, you should have paid me the $100 so you could have taken Reggie. That's it for me.
That probably would have been a better option than trying to just throw people at it.
It's fun.
You get a death ball rolling fast enough, though, it's going to take out like everything.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything else?
Bro, I want to talk about Audi tonight, bro.
All right, go for it.
Bro, okay, so we started out the night. We have only 2 Alliance members now. Because one of our Alliance members broke our nap, and then we had an ultimatum with our nap. They were either going to full send us or we kick Yin Yang.
Hello.
And we brought Yin Yang in to talk about it. We had a long discussion that lasted about 2 hours probably. And yeah, we ended up with the decision that kicking them was for the best. However, we have no hard feelings with them. It's just they wanted to do things that we just did not want to do. We started off the night, we were going to attack Magu. But Barbarians, Daybreak Alliance came and they decked on it instantly.
Were they wanting to have a fur pile? Is that why you said no?
I don't know. Wait, dude, we were trying to go for Magu. We set up, dude. We were ready, and
Okay,
they
so
decked.
they weren't asking about having a fur pile with you guys then.
Nah,
that
dude,
was a deal
nah.
breaker. Okay, all right, just confirming that.
Nah, but yeah, no. Daybreak, like the Barbarian side of Daybreak, came and just was like fucking around in the South Borderlands pretty much the entire night. We ended up with Zadini, Dianlu. Yeah, those are our cities that we have. So we ended okay.
Oh, somebody just popped in.
Hey, well, I would tell you about our awesome fights on Anliang tonight, but I haven't fucking seen anyone there in ever.
Well, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is a little depressing, but it's whatever. Is that it? Does anybody else have absolutely anything?
I just want to say, get fucked, Hightower.
Where the fuck was Gondor tonight?
For the stream or just for during T-War?
During T-War.
Gorgonites, Daybreak, Yin Yang, Swans, Draconis, Combine, that entire alliance too. Khan, I think as well. I saw.
I know a couple of people were worried about like losing their land for their payouts, which is a valid
Yeah.
worry.
Completely what's it called? Hit Gondor at once. And
Yeah,
Daybreak
no,
was-
that's what I'm saying. Where were they? Like,
they were everywhere trying to defend the best they can.
okay, I mean, sure.
They had shit to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. But
So, we all moving to New World? Is that the move?
Someone just said Gondor was fielding against Hightower. So it was
Oh,
another
okay.
one of those.
oh,
Come on, guys, help us out. We swear we'll.
TK ain't going nowhere. TK's still gonna be here. Fuck New World.
Ah,
I know a lot of people are moving over to New World.
I
Well,
moved over to New World.
we've got people bouncing between both, but I mean, I'm a fucking filthy casual in New World, so
I mean, you don't have to be super competitive. I think most of this fucking server is like gone after the season, to be honest.
that's fine. Then I can become YT, man. I'll just rename, become YT 2.0. I'll become YT East version, and we'll own everything every season. There will be no fights. We'll be able to go into siege matches and drop 75 purple artillery per person.
People will
it'll-
just call you Yeast.
Yeah, it'll be fucking awesome.
You know, I don't know about that one.
bro, you gotta watch out for Yin Yang, dude. They're gonna be here. And Yin Yang's actually got pretty good numbers. They filled quite a bit.
34.
I think as depressing as it'll be seeing like sub the numbers this season, next season, it'll be.
I think the
nice
new
to
weapon's
see.
probably gonna bring a bunch of people.
I don't know about that one.
No,
I generally think that the reason why a lot of people went to New World is just that this season's T-War was kind of bad the entire time. that's just my thought process. See, from a small house perspective, seeing so many different maps.
Warriors Nation.
And-
See, here's
isn't very
here's the
good.
thing. So early season, we got introduced to
They're
this
just
wonderful
bad
thing
sports.
called the 100% Cav meta.
First, you got to take the
And
bullshit,
and anybody who
this
had new
period where they got
players
fucking stomped by the
didn't have
Florida
100% Cav.
and now this.
Yin yang. Yep.
So,
I don't know.
so we felt the bad end of it, and they
It's gonna
started
take a while
fixing
to
a
smoke
lot
some
of
weed
it,
to do so.
right? Like obviously at the end here, we saw a lot more competitive infantry pushes between Shield Maidens, 40s, even the Medao change is kind of interesting, and Reapers here at the end. You know, it was kind of interesting seeing the changes make way. The problem is it comes down to, was it too little, too late? You know, is that going to be enough to entice people in future seasons if they keep the momentum going to come back to the game to see that like these changes are relevant? Or are we eventually going to end up back? Are they going to over tweak Cav again at some point and create another 100% Cav meta? Because honestly, that's when the game is in its worst state. Is when Cav meta is the heaviest. Like when Liao, ironically, it was Liao's again, but like when Liao's first came out, the strategy was literally to just bring 15 Liao's and just keep shoving them down people's throat till they died, because Liao's were fucking menace.
That's always gonna happen. It happens in every game. It will forever always happen. There's
But-
always gonna be something that's just better than everything else, better than
Well-
every other option.
Oh, I agree, but I for some reason, because of it being Cav, especially with it being seasonal lock Cav, like at least with where it is now. Now I will say, I mean, obviously you have 40s which are season, you have Shield Maidens which are season. A lot of units are seasonal locked, which I think is kind of fucking stupid. I have my own opinions about seasonal units. It makes it where players like myself who have been here since season 1, it's not a big deal because, well, I can just unlock them every season. But you bring a new player in and it's like, hey, you need to unlock the last 12 seasons of units. Good fucking luck.
Playing catch up with that isn't fun. I can say that with full certainty.
And
but
I don't think there is a best build in any game. I think it comes down to, it's more of a game of rock, paper, scissors.
most of the time, yeah. There's always going to be a hard counter for something else, but then it's just
Yeah.
a rotating game of who can counter what
Exactly.
more efficiently. But
Yep.
but in some situations, it is just this is better than everything else.
Where we're at right now, I feel pretty comfortable with a lot of where a lot of units are at right now. Like most units are still capable of being playmakers. In the meta has a pretty diverse meta right now, but between what's top tier and then what's somebody specializes with a certain unit or things like that. It is a bit more diverse than what I've seen in previous seasons, which I like, and I think that's helped. TK at least is we're more comfortable with having a larger variety because, well, we have a lot of players that don't have the hardcore meta units maybe necessarily. So I like where it's at. It's unfortunate that the game has driven away so many people. And I mean, yeah, next season's definitely going to be rough numerically wise coming in. Although it's kind of like a gray area. I don't know. At the beginning of the seasons, it always feels like we have a handful of new players that come in, maybe people who try to make their own houses and things like that. And then these mega houses or veteran houses come out and curb stomp the entire fucking map, shut these players down, and then they leave the game. I don't know if you'll see a wave like that. I don't think it'll be as big even if we do. But, potentially with all these people stepping away, there's at least a slim chance that you do get to see a wave of new players to some degree that come in and form these small houses. Now, the issue there at the end of the day is I don't want to fight a bunch of 10v15 fights, right? Like,
well, and you have reoccurring players,
Yeah.
just kind of coming back, seeing what's what, and then disappearing again. I mean, people that want to pop in, just see what's going on.
The main issue that is going to always be coming up is there's always going to be a house that has the ability to just win against whoever. This season, there was the option of everybody that wound up wiping the map staying in Anliang and having good fights. Unfortunately, some people didn't see it that way and decided that they wanted to be that guy that turned the server into this. But I think next season it's probably going to be Warriors Nation in the position of, or Gaia, or one of these other houses that stays here, and they just wind up holding whatever the fuck they want because they can. They have the numbers for it. Because even with a new influx of players, you're still going to have the difference if they have the units, they have the knowledge, all that. And if the server does stay low numbers and somehow all of the big houses move off of it or stop playing, there's the issue of, is it going to be actual fights, or is it just going to be who can back cap more land faster by the end of TW?
Yep. Let's face it, the game's dead when Gaia actually has a chance to compete.
I don't think they really had a chance this season. I think the only reason anybody thinks they had a chance this season is because they were promised Reggie, and then...
Oh no, I'm saying in future seasons.
Future seasons,
yeah. No, the Gaia has never won anything without heavy Diplo being involved, and that's not even a criticism to them. It's just a fact. Any capital
they're just the underdogs. That's all.
Yeah, any capital they've ever gotten, they've either been given to for free, or Diploed their way into getting it first.
They're fighty. And that's what they are.
So, I would say they play the game a little different than the way a lot of people look at it. A lot of people are like, no, you have to duke it out. You have to earn that, everything like that. And they're like, no, we did earn it. We earned it by convincing everybody that we deserve to have it. And then when they came to take it, we just put everybody there to defend it. I mean,
they're Vulcans.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
they went with the logical diplomatic route, and then when all else fails, they defend themselves. So they got what they wanted through diplomacy as opposed to combat at arms.
It's just too bad the way Gaia treats their allies is
they saved so many of their little pixel people though.
Yeah.
I mean,
personally,
one of them might have been Bob the Guardian.
Hey, pixel lives matter, okay? Pixels have feelings too.
They're clearly not wrong. I mean, I personally don't see why anybody would play a game like this just to Diplo, but maybe they know the pixels actually do have emotions.
Well, I mean, the Diplo can be a form of role playing also, right?
There's other games though.
There is, but
that are a lot better
this
for
is
Diplo.
Oh yeah, but I mean, this is the game that they chose.
If this game was put next to a game of poker, you would be able to tell who's bluffing, because everybody says, "Oh yeah, we're not going to do that." Next door, they do that. It's the same shit. Because they think if they say they're not doing it, people are going to believe that, despite them saying, "Oh yeah, we're not. We're gonna do this."
But then there's also people. But then there's also the people that actually do what they say they're going to do. That's what generates the entire content of the game.
I wish more people did that. That would be fun. Instead of this backdoor shit.
You mean kept their word?
Oh yeah. 100%. I wish it was as simple as, hey, we're hitting these villages. If we don't take them, we're hitting these villages until these other ones are off timer. If people straight up just said that instead of trying to do this mind game shit, it would be so much better for the server. Just the community health in general would be so much better.
Well, I think it's the name calling and the belittling comments, and like you said, just the overall frustration. But at the same time, that is how politics are played, right? And almost everybody does it to somebody at one point in this game or another. When you're caught on the back end of it, it really sucks. When you're the one doing it to somebody else, you're usually glad about it. But, it has to be recognized that it's a game at the end of the day, and you kind of have to applaud people that can pull off stuff like that. Because it just means they played the game better.
There's a difference, though, between playing the game better and being handed shit.
I guess that would depend on what game you're playing. If you're wanting, like I said, to role play it, for them, that would probably be great. I don't know them apples from oranges, but You know, everybody takes away something differently from
I think everybody
video
just
games
wants
each
well,
time they play
I
I
and
think most
each game there is.
stacks just want good fights. I think a lot of people just like want good fights, and the difference
Y'all can
is
hear me?
yeah,
Oh, I'm surprised.
and the people
Yeah,
that want
people
good fights don't get
people
good fights.
want good fights. Those people do not want good fights. So they want to play the game a little bit differently. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's always weird to me what people qualify as having good fights. I hear that term thrown around so often, and then you get into war and you see what the map turns into, and then they're like, "Yeah, we were just here for good fights," and you're like, "Are we playing the same game? Like, were we in the same TW? Because there were no good fights to be had. You know, you either stretch people too thin, or people are getting back capped, and you have people running around the map trying to cover that. It's so seldom that it feels like you genuinely walk away from TW and say, we had good fights."
You know what they need to do next season?
One
They need to
alliances.
only give us
region.
2 regions.
Yeah,
No,
just
they need to
one
give us
capital region.
only 2 regions.
Yeah, it's not going to happen though. Like, I mean, we can sit here and say that all day, but it's never going to happen, and we all know that. So
You're right.
it's not
You're
even
right.
worth.
They're gonna give us the
Just
3
like-
regions, and they're gonna say we gave you the new system of triumphs to give you more TW attendance, and they're not promoting the game, so we're gonna get fucked either way.
Yeah. For the record, the new like reward
That's fucked.
system. What the
Absolutely insane.
Who thought that was a good fucking idea?
I've been saying for the past 3 seasons that these devs want to kill this game so they don't have to run it anymore.
It's
Because
fucking dumb, man.
they have these
always
games.
doing.
This gaming company has other games that they're working on right now, and I guarantee you this is too much money for them to keep up running servers and people to fix and developers, and not enough money coming in. I think they've literally been trying to kill this game.
I don't know about that, man, because that means job loss for people and
Do
things
they?
like that.
They're not losing their job. They still are a developing company. They're making other games. Like they just say, "Oh, we're not working on this game anymore. We're working on this one."
Yeah, but you're still going to be dropping people from your payroll and adding them. Like, it wouldn't make any sense, because then they would
that
have
is
to be creating
100%
something
true.
entirely different.
I mean, they're already
'Cause
making
they're not-
other
they-
games. They're already
Yeah,
making.
the thing is,
developing
they're already making other games, so they're gonna pull the entirety of the staff that's on Conqueror's Blade over to the other game. No, they're only gonna pull a few of their top guys on CB's development team over to the other games, and everybody else is gonna be like, "I'm sorry, we have to make some pay cuts, and they're gonna get rid of a bunch of people." That's how it happens. That's what's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
happen.
how-
This
So
is not a big studio.
therefore, the people that are on the lower scale of things really want the game to succeed. Even if the company
Yeah,
wants it to fail.
This is not a AAA studio where they can just say, "Okay, we're stopping the production on this game, and this entire
Also-
team is gonna start production on a whole new game."
It also
they don't
doesn't
have
have
they don't got
the
it like that.
population of people that they require to, when this game first came out, this game was popping. This game made money.
They can significantly reduce their costs if they significantly reduce the number of servers. If they were to merge our NA servers, they cut the NA cost in half, because they no longer have to deal with 2 servers. They only have to deal with 1. And EU, their 2 servers realistically could get merged too.
We've already been working on Intercontinental Siege already. You could merge SA as well. SA is doing not so great from what I hear. So
Yeah,
What you have to do
we-
is do the same thing that Pirates of the Burning Sea did. You need like one guy to step up and be a hero and save it all.
I think that.
Hey, did you guys see what I posted in the chat about Warriors?
Oh yeah, they
Bro, they got so salty the second they lost the Capital. They kicked everybody from HT out of the Alliance Discord.
That sounds about right. They were kind of weird about last season too. Gussie Mack was talking mad shit when he took Lystria. Then he got speed.
I don't even know why Gussie. I'm gonna keep it 100, but I don't even know why Gussie been running his. He don't say Warriors. He ain't show up to not a single Alliance meeting this season.
I like how Saki put I'll tell you what's gonna happen though. Gorgonites and Daedric Max Triumph. I wish, dog. I do not have Max Triumph, sadly. I am not even close. I'm not even close, for real. Like, no, I'm like a couple hundred off. Like, we're no shot, dude. Unless fucking we pull out every thief quest in the book, I ain't getting nowhere near that. Now, Daybreak, they're getting max because they just took Reggie.
Yeah,
That did
that-
happen.
That
So I have
they were already at 800 plus the couple fiefs they took. The 150 from Reggie, which used to be only 100, but they upped it to 150. So, yeah.
Icy was saying he did the math and we were getting X amount. I don't fucking remember. I wasn't.
So
paying
he told
attention,
me
so-
785, and then
That's
but that
about
was
right.
before tonight though. So
Yeah, it was before Reggie.
so add 150, so you're already damn near close. Then any you all you have to do is level up like a thief, bro.
you think
level
Lawless
up
is gonna
your-
get it?
Bro, you
No.
think anybody
think-
from Daybreak
Nah.
is logging in?
No,
after that?
we're last time I checked before tonight we were at 700. I took a little bit more, and if we level, I might get to 8. Right, like we might get to 8.
I ain't even gonna cap, bruh. I feel bad for all the little houses that ain't getting shit this season. bruh.
I also do as well. I am not I dude, this just for the record for all the small houses out there, like I've said it multiple times in the stream, like Lawless didn't start here, bro. Like my goal was Reggie. I went into this season saying I'm taking fucking Reggie. And then I got Coalition on. Like I got kicked the fuck out. I had to go live somewhere, right? Like what was I supposed to do? Lawless, KT, and Dauntless got kicked out by
I
all
was
of
a
them.
victim too, man. I was
Right,
a victim
that's all I'm
too.
saying. That's all I'm saying. Right, that's all I'm saying. Now, could I have pushed again? Sure, but being it already over halfway through the season, by the time I got kicked out, I gotta secure my guys' payouts too, right?
All I'm gonna say is this season could have been a lot better if certain people didn't do certain things, and we all know who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Saki. Freaking asshole.
Yeah, fuck Saki. Me and my homies all
Exactly.
hate
We
Saki.
all know who you were talking about. I'll name the name. Saki.
Saki actually Hitler 9.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm not even. I don't think I'm even close, man. I'll log in again right now. Oh no! What did I just miss?
Does anybody else have any coping to do?
Is the Roman Empire? They come through, dude.
Yeah, they're already gone.
Yeah, they were the first. They were one of the first ones. I
Dude,
think.
hell yeah!
Zeus was the first one here, yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty thankful for people like reaching out and like being like, hey, you could have like this piece of land if you don't have much,
Bro,
to help out.
he came to me, dog, and said, "Yo, man, I need a village." And I said, "What?" And he said,
Well, some of them joined Durandon.
"I need a village." And I said, "Okay, take a village." And then it got taken by my alliance because they didn't know. And then I gave him another village in the back line. I said, I don't know. I know it's not much, and I know I can't. I don't know.
I hope he's listening, and I hope that was the misunderstanding that he was kind of alluding to.
I mean, I probably like looking at it now, right? Like me personally, right? I've been playing for a while. I have over 200 purple arty boxes, like 600 blue boxes. I'm good, right? Like I've been playing for a while. I've been in top house. I don't need that. But my guys, to try to tell my guys like, hey, I'm giving away land because I feel bad.
You know what else would low key be nice?
Dude, hard sell.
You know what else would low key be nice? Is if they reduce the alliance count to 2 to force there to be more alliances.
Either that or you bring the number of your house down.
So here's the thing.
The members of the house down.
The
You bring
issues
the
we're
members of the house
seeing
down.
here on NA and even on EU, they don't see on the actual game because it's a Chinese game. They have enough numbers. The three alliances, the 3 houses per alliance, 100 members in a house. That's fine for them. They're not having issues with it.
But it's not for us.
Right.
The issues we're
And
having,
even if they merged
They
West
don't
and East, I still think it would be
yeah, they
problem.
could still make it
I
two fucking
think-
regions, and we'd still have space to spare.
I think if they merge the servers, I feel like a lot of the West Coast kids would just quit because so many of them just don't want to come over here.
And now with that new Triumph system that they're implementing is fucked. We're all fucked next season. I don't know if you guys are up to date, but there's no more end of season
I
Triumph.
do not.
Oh yeah, there's no more end of season Triumph. They're gonna be
So
getting
what the-
Triumph
what-
out. Okay, so listen to this. You're gonna be getting to Triumph if you do your campaign quest, which is basically showing up to TW. You only get Triumph
Okay.
if you show up to TW. Because you get Triumph based on your end of TW report, which promotes selfish gameplay, not team gameplay. I hate it. As a shot caller personally,
Wait,
yep.
wait.
You heard what I said.
So that shit's gonna be based off of how many kills you get, how much artillery you
Yep.
destroy,
Yep.
how
Oh,
many
yeah.
heroes
So-
you
yep.
get.
Yeah, so you know when your shot caller's like,
Oh,
"Hey, I
that's
need you to
complete-
die on the
Okay.
point," and you just got in the fight. Yeah, that player's gonna be like, "Yeah, fuck you."
Yeah. And then when me as a shot caller, when I eject that person and they come at me and say, "You just lost me Triumph," and leave the house, it's a whole new problem.
Yeah,
But your Triumphs will be
Damn,
based on your
that's
battle
how-
score, campaign Triumphs. Oh, also listen to this. Your nobility titles, bro. So those, remember how you have to every week, you get those crowns, you have to decide who gets extra bronze and
Yep.
silver. Now you got to decide who gets
Yep.
Triumph. That's fucked as leadership. Like that is
Oh my god.
like, and now because you got to think they better be upping Triumphs, dog, because let's say I'm trying to be smart about it and be nice and even everyone out. I have a spreadsheet and I go, okay, you got one. Okay, now this group of people getting titles this week, and I do it evenly. Are people gonna get max? Like, you know what I mean? Or can only
The only houses that can even potentially benefit from that are the small houses that have, like
that's
20,
that's
30
their
guys
point.
max that can
So
rotate their players.
Their point was of stuff like tonight, where you can play. Their thing is, you play all season, you get nothing, and then end of TW, end of season, you get fucked. You go from 200 times to nothing. The
last change they made to Triumphs was fucking trash too.
Yes. So the way that they're trying to go about it is to promote people playing TW and get more activity in TW. Now, what that also does is all your one a week TW members are now also fucked, because now instead of them coming and participating for, one more a week, and you're okay with that because you need members. Now they're getting fucked because instead of the team, they're getting half the Triumph the normal 2-weeker would. But we're in the same house.
Yeah, and our shot callers aren't going to be getting shit.
Oh, and shot callers get nothing. That's right. Forgot to tell you that because territory will report rewards.
Yeah. That means I'd have been screwed for 90% of this fucking season.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. I would have gotten, I've been running Cav these past few T-dubs just to give us extra, one man extra on the ground. But I would be fucked. Yeah, I 100% would be fucked.
They're playing basically a different game on the Chinese servers. They don't have the issues
Right.
we have. They don't even have the issues Frontier has. This is just issues that we're gonna have.
Yeah, low pop servers are going to be
you guys
fucked.
will have, because I don't play the game.
Yeah.
Nope. Next season will be different. Dude, if Borderlands is the region, Lawless will not fucking be there. That's for damn sure. Not happening again. Not coming back. We don't belong here.
I just want my home back. I want Liang Yun. That's all I want.
What, Tai Chang?
No, yeah, that Chang, Liang Yun. I love that shit, bro. That's my favorite region in the game. I ain't even gonna lie.
Dude, you wanna meet me down by Yazi, dude? I'm not at Yazi. I'm sorry, Yixing. I'm sorry, Yixing. I'll meet you by Yixing or something, dude. We'll play Whiteout 4 together. It'll be sick. Fuck, bro. Shit. Yeah, no, bro. Next season, for whoever's left, for not the New World people and whoever's left, Lawless will be here to fight somebody. Like, this season sucked, bro. Like, I got all this land, and then had to sit there and basically AFK, just like in the off chances that someone came, right?
Like some Cold War shit.
Right, and at the same time,
Hey, y'all think Warriors are gonna divide next season and go back to Warriors and Gus Bus Nation, or do you think they're gonna stay together?
I don't think there's any Warriors left.
yeah, I don't know.
Nah, the entire leadership is primarily the old Warriors. Yada, Rain, Tweak.
Bro, if they're still
It's
there,
pretty much
they're
the
staying. They're
it's
down that bad.
it's still down.
Imperial
still there, they're down
Pizzeria,
bad.
dude.
Ah, hey man, don't talk shit about my house, man.
Is that your house, dude?
I'm
What
a
was
partial
the
owner
name
of that.
before? What was the name before?
They started it off as Goofballs because me and John own the
That's
house.
why I was like,
So
where'd that name come from?
So they started it off as Goofballs, and then they merged with the Swan motherfuckers and renamed the Swan Knights. I don't know what happened, but the Swan boys and my guys, they split and stayed as Goofballs, and they actually renamed to Imperial Pizzeria, and then the Swan boys went back to whatever the fuck the Swan name is with their 8 guys.
Fun nights, yeah. Yeah. I mean, bro, I'm just next season can't come fucking fast. I mean, who got what? I didn't even look at Anduli, bro. I mean, I saw the Reggie thing, but I didn't look at like the land. I didn't. I mean,
Bro, when I seen that shit pop off, I had a feeling Warriors were gonna lose, but I didn't think they would lose it in like 10-15 minutes, to be honest.
Bro, Chalao posted a clip of him getting shield maidens on the supply near home and like wiping most of their, I'm gonna say quote, core players, because I don't know who the fuck their core players are. But it wasn't close.
No.
No. Was not close.
And then they want to go and blame Hightower for their loss. Like, but don't even try that.
It can't be their
fault. Don't try that.
Yeah, come on, man. Hightower was too busy getting beat down South Borderlands.
Bro,
wow.
We
were getting filled with that.
A bunch of New World players got like completely smacked around for jumping over. Well, not for jumping over, but they just suck at New World.
Damn,
All
sad.
I'm gonna say is it can't be Warriors' fault because they spent what, a month, 2 months scrimming, so it's clearly not their fault.
Bro, stop.
I think I'm leaving.
I just thought that maybe some of those guys might be listening to this and are in my
At some point,
New World.
at some point, you gotta
guild.
realize
Oh,
that
well.
it's not the people around you.
Bro, at this point, it don't even matter if they're listening, bro. They already showed how they feel towards Hightower for this picking us.
All right, I'm gonna end it because we're just coping now. No, we're just coping. I don't think anybody else.
We're coping, talking about how shit the devs are.
Playing Victoria 3 the whole time.
Yeah. We're supposed to be going for another 20 minutes, but I don't think anything's actually gonna happen in those 20 minutes, so it's just gonna stop here, right?
Shenanigans.
Does anybody have any issues with that?
What?
I don't know. Saki put me in charge, but I mean, I guess.
What has fucking Eric done this whole time? Why is he even here?
Oh, Eric, his mic's dead.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
is.
not. Bullshit.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's the thing.
No, seriously, because I tried chatting to him earlier, but it kept breaking up.
He's a liar.
No, he's not a liar because he popped in to talk to me and asked me if I was coming here because that Saki asked me to come here and using if I was going to. And I couldn't make sense of
He
what he was
lies
saying.
to me probably 12 times a day.
Alright,
He's a
that's
liar.
it. We're just coping.
What's up?
Look at it.